How's it going, guys? RNG Life here, and today we got some more crazy Duel Links news that looks pretty interesting. Alright, but let's go over some older stuff since I didn't get to cover it yet. They did go ahead and actually make the first ban list. Nothing is necessarily banned. The only thing that was actually limited was Restructure Revolution, which, I mean, if you guys don't know about it, it's basically inflict 200 points of damage to your opponent's life points for each card they have in their hand. And this card was heavily abused in Taya Burn. Taya Burn is the reason this card's getting limited to 1. It is getting limited to 1. We can still play it, and I think there's going to be a section added where you can play with banned cards or limited cards or whatever, but I don't think they've added that yet. I think it's going to be another special duel section. So Dark Magician didn't get hit. Restructure Revolution did get hit, and I'm okay with that. Another thing they could have hit was probably Econ, but for now I guess they're gonna hold it off. I think they're saying that they got rid of it because of the Taya Burn thing in ranked, and it was really scummy. Speaking of scummy, they also went ahead and rebalanced some skills. Harpy's Hunting Ground. Harpy's Hunting Ground is too strong in the meta. Everybody's using it, obviously. Like, you want to reach King games, you run that or Taya Burn. Harpy's Hunting Ground is being nerfed in the way that now, instead of it starting on the field, it's going to be starting on top of the deck. I don't know if that necessarily means like on top of the deck, like your actual first draw, so that you always have it in your first 4 cards, or if you draw your first 4 cards and then it's put on top of your deck as your 5th card. I don't know if it means it like that, but we're gonna have to wait and see, because depending on how they mess with it, it could change the game. It could make it to where your opponent could play some kind of card that, I don't know, shuffles your deck, or I don't know, something kind of weird that makes it so you don't draw Harpy's Hunting Ground. I mean, that could really mess up your strategy, but on the other hand, Harpy's Hunting Ground not being on the field prevents it from being first turn twisted or dispelled or something. So, I mean, that's honestly kind of a buff. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be necessarily a bad thing, because having Harpy's Hunting Ground in your hand now lets you choose the perfect time to play it. So you don't need it right off the bat. Maybe you're gonna save it till you have a few Harpies in hand, and then you're gonna go off and start popping your opponent's stuff. I don't know, but I think that's what they did to Harpy's Hunting Ground. We're gonna have to wait and see how it affects it, if it was a nerf or if it was a buff on accident. But basically, their reasoning is you start off with 1 less card. But yeah, aside from Harpies, they also went ahead and dumbed down Weevil's skill. There's a 50% chance of it being 1 or 2. I mean, I guess that helps out a bit, because getting 3 in your deck, placed on your deck, and then drawing into them back to back. I mean, that was really annoying, and that would happen sometimes. And at least with it only being 1 or 2, odds of that go down quite a bit. So, I mean, that's something good. We're gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, it looks like Konami really hates burn decks. Speaking of which, I'm probably gonna be messing with the burn deck eventually in the next few days. Now, aside from the nerfs, they did say rebalancing. They actually buffed Ishizu's skill, Fairy Smile, which is kind of crazy. I mean, they buffed her skill, so now every time she draws a fairy, she can reveal it and gain 1,000 life points. That could be pretty broken, actually. That could be very, very useful for maybe like a farm deck of some kind, but like nobody's using it, so they gotta buff it a bit. And then last but not least, actually one of the most important ones, we got Paradox Bros skill 3-star emotion is being limited, or it's being nerfed a bit. So now, instead of only paying 2,000 to activate, you gotta pay 3K. So 1 Supremacy Berry is not going to fully replenish your next summon, I guess, your next activation. So, I mean, that's good. I actually really like that balance. I like it because now it doesn't make it so broken that you could just activate it every turn because you have 1 Supremacy Berry in hand. Maybe now you have to, I don't know, tailor your deck a bit more towards life point gain, and it'll be less OP, so they have less monsters to bring out. But other than that, I mean, it is still going to be a pretty strong skill, and I'm all for this rebalance of the skill. I actually do like it. Alright, and so yeah, besides that, I mean, I think that was pretty much it for those skills. But now, for what you guys have actually been waiting for. We do have more information on a new card box that has been, I guess, leaked. They leaked an image that I'm gonna put up right now, showing basically all the card boxes, but now they added, I think it's called Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. That thing's gonna get its own card box, which is pretty cool. I mean, I don't know, I think they're going a little bit too fast. I really do think they're moving too fast, but you never know. We might be getting this box in maybe like a month or two. They might be putting it into the game now so they can just activate it in maybe like 2 months or something, but it might be a month. I don't know. I think one card box per month is too much. It's too fast. Maybe once every 2 months sounds about right, because it lets you build a meta, and then you challenge it with the next one. Alright, so I'm actually looking at a list of some cards that were added, and we're going to go ahead and talk about them. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but as of now, I'm only seeing a huge list of URs and SRs. Now, these cards were added, I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of them, meaning I don't think they're definitely not all gonna be in the next one, since last time we got a full box, so now we're probably gonna get a mini box. I think we're definitely gonna get the Sacred Phoenix Nephthys, and whatever we get, it's probably gonna be type of support for Sacred Phoenix. Right now we know nothing. All we do know is I actually do have a huge list of cards that were added, but you never know. Konami's tricky. They could have added all these random cards because they plan to use them in the future. They might not necessarily be in the next box, but I do want to talk about them because there's a lot of really cool cards that have been added, and also some things that I've seen on here that could, I mean, greatly alter the future of Duel Links. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. They're adding a lot of really interesting cards, like Amazoness Village. They went ahead and added that. Gravekeeper's Visionary. I mean, like, these are cards that are already in the game. That's what I'm kind of doubting. Like, if they're already in the game, how did they data mine them? But I mean, they're there. I don't know if that means they're gonna be playable, but if so, maybe they're gonna be cards you unlock by leveling up certain characters. Maybe if you level up Ishizu to a certain level, you get Gravekeeper's Visionary, or maybe they're adding Merrick or something, because I know they're adding a new duelist as well, and maybe Merrick's gonna have a Gravekeeper or something in his level up list or whatever. Alright, so we have that. We have some really interesting cards aside from those. We have Phantom of Chaos, which is one of those chaos cards. Basically, I think you banish a card from the grave and it becomes that card for a turn. It was really effective when you would use it with BLS. Like, you would use BLS, get him on the field, he'd get destroyed, he'd be in the grave, you'd banish BLS, and Phantom of Chaos would become BLS for that turn. I think that was pretty cool. Sakuretsu Armor, I've definitely seen people use that. Necro Valley, freaking Necro Valley for Gravekeepers. Looks like they're adding that. I don't know if somebody's going to be able to use it. I know Ishizu uses it in her level 40 when you farm her. She uses it, so it's in the game technically. I don't know why it's showing up here. Like I said, you never know. Freaking Konami, man, they might be trying to trick us, so we don't guess the next, the actual cards that are going to be in the next set. Other really interesting cards, freaking Lava Golem, dude. They're going to be adding Lava Golem. Lava Golem's one of those cards that it's like really good for burn, because you tribute your opponent's stuff, give them a Lava Golem, then maybe equip them with that mask card that stops them from attacking, and it just shuts them down and they have to pay like 1,500 every turn. But by himself, Lava Golem is a 3,000 beater that they have to pay 1,000 life points to use. In Duel Links, that might be pretty broken since we have like 4,000 life points. They're adding Toon Cannon Soldier, Toon Goblin Attack, Toon Gemini Elf. They're adding a lot of stuff. Like, there's little clumps of like Toon support. Manju the 10,000 Hands, there's another one. So he's like a huge support for rituals, because he searches either or, I think. Vorse Raider? I mean, all these cards, I could have sworn they were already in the game. Freaking Man-Eater Bug, I don't know if it's going to be playable, but I mean, it's in the game. I don't know what's going on with this, but they got Sangan as well. And now, for the things that I'm really interested in, that I really wanted to talk about, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They're adding Elemental Heroes. Like I said before, like I saw how they added Bubble Man. it looks like they are going all out with the elemental heroes. They're adding, from what I can see, they're adding all kinds of heroes. They're adding elemental hero Prisma, which is really big on the fusions. I think makes fusion decks really easy, I believe. And we have Destiny Hero Plasma, which is like really hard to summon, but once you do, GG, you pretty much win. Destiny Hero Malicious. Malicious is gonna be in the game. Malicious is one of those cards that if he's in the grave, like, you could just special summon him. He's not very strong, but at least in this game he might be tribute fodder. But I don't know, that's gonna be really interesting. Freaking Elemental Hero Neos. Elemental Hero Neos. I think that, I don't know if Konami's pulling a fast one on us, but it definitely looks like they're gonna be adding at least Yu-Gi-Oh GX with I don't know if they're gonna be adding characters slowly, because it looks like they're adding Jaden with his elemental heroes. And just to further strengthen that argument, they also added other cards, not just the elemental heroes. So it's not, I don't know if they're gonna schedule it like oh, Jaden's showing up randomly and whatever. I think they're actually going out. They're going all out, and they're gonna bring like a few GX characters into the game all at once. Because another card I see, freaking Cyberblader. This is what's her name? Alexis Rhodes in the American version. Alexis Rhodes, boss, one of her fusion boss monsters. There's a little bit more confirmation. Freaking Alexis Rhodes card is in the game, meaning they're gonna start adding all the fusions, all of her Cyberblader cards. They went with Water Dragon, who I think was Bastion's. I'm not 100% sure. You can go ahead and correct me on that, but they're adding Water Dragon as well. I don't know if they're going to be adding Hydra-Geddon and stuff as well, but they have that. Other cards. Ojama King. I remember the Chaz had the freaking Ojamas, and Ojama King is being added to the game. All we're seeing is that one card, but let's see. If I keep looking through it, I'll probably see some other stuff. And if we look into SRs, then we start seeing a lot more, I guess, confirmation that those cards are being added. Other cards I see: Destiny Hero Celestial, Destiny Hero Dark Angel. All these cards, I don't know if I forget what that one guy with the Aster Phoenix, I think he ran Destiny Heroes. I didn't finish GX, but I know he ran, I think, Destiny Heroes. So I don't know if he's going to be one of the playable characters with his Destiny Heroes, or maybe that's just going to be a Jaden variant deck. Since you know they have to have like 3 or 4 decks each. And other really cool cards: Evening, Twilight Night, and Beginning Night. Those are the Blackluster Soldier Ritual, like the little mini versions, the 4-star versions that we already have the actual ritual spell, but now they're adding their actual little monsters that go with that spell. So that's awesome. I love that. So we're gonna be seeing a legit, like, actual Blackluster Soldier Ritual like deck, aside from the one we have now where it's kind of just makeshift, we put it together. Other really cool cards that are in the SR category, we got that Carboneton. That's that carbon card I think Bastion uses. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but it is like an element. What else we got? Freaking Spellbook of Wisdom, man. We got spellbooks. I don't think they're gonna be adding spellbooks. I think they're adding Spellbook of Wisdom as like a one-off thing. Maybe just Spellbook of Wisdom because it helps out spellcasters. I think that's kind of how they're working it. But they're adding that card by itself. More Amazoness support. Amazoness Fighting Spirit. Elemental Heroes Neos Knight. Some more of those E-Hero cards. I'm skipping a few of them just to kind of add variety to the videos, to not cover everything and make it like a 40-minute long video. Let's see. They're adding Forbidden Chalice, which is actually really prevalent in like the current meta in Yu-Gi-Oh! And like the actual TCG. What do we got? Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem. Wasn't that one tranny guy? I forget the teacher's name that looks like a girl. He uses this like ancient gears and stuff. They're adding that. I mean, I don't know if that's further confirmation for GX. Freaking Elemental Hero Plasma Vice. And they're adding a lot of stuff, man. They're adding a lot of stuff. Destiny End Dragoon. Cyber Angels. What are those? Actually, I haven't seen all of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, so I don't know if those belong to somebody else. I feel like those are a newer archetype, but I'm not 100% sure. They're adding freaking Neospatian Dark Panther. Destiny Hero Dogma. Destiny Hero Dasher. Elemental Hero Terra Firma, who was the E-Hero that Jaden used in the manga, I believe. That was a manga exclusive for a while. They're adding Cyber Prima, Cyber Gymnast. There goes the support for Alexis's deck. You got more Destiny Hero Diamond Dude, Elemental Hero Phoenix Enforcer, Shining Phoenix Enforcer. Man, they're adding a lot of stuff, dude. They're adding so much stuff. Aside from those, even then, they're adding, get this, they're not adding the God cards, but they are adding, I guess the next best thing, the knockoff God cards. Freaking Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, who I really love his name, to be honest. Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder. Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames. Those 3 cards were like the other, I guess, I don't know what they're called, but they're like, I guess, kind of imitating the God cards, but they're still pretty strong, but they're not God card tier. We're seeing even more Elemental Hero support. Freaking Elemental Hero Blade Edge, Elemental Hero Shining Flare Wingman, Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. Like I said, they're adding a lot of stuff. And then to top it off, we got that Winged Karibo. Winged Karibo, guys. I don't know, I'm seeing a way too much of a coincidence here. I think they're adding, they're putting stuff deep into the game. So I think they're going to be adding GX in the future. I don't know if it's going to be soon. Probably not going to be soon, to be honest. It's probably going to be in the next three or 4 months, to be for all I know. But it's probably going to happen. What else do we got? Looking at all this stuff. Ooh, Final Countdown. Ooh, if they're adding Final Countdown, that's going to be kind of annoying. I don't know who uses Final Countdown. I don't know if it's like that's a Bakura thing, but I forget who. But Final Countdown is another alternate win condition kind of card. They added so much stuff, guys. They added a lot of support. A lot of stuff that's already in the game data, but I don't know if they translated and made it into actual physical card that you can play. But we're seeing a lot of stuff. We've got some more Umi support, technically. Umi Iruka. There you go. It's Umi Dolphin. And that pretty much tops off the list. There were a lot more cards. There are so much more cards. They added like a good, I don't know, 40, 60 cards. And I only went over some of them. If I add any more, it's gonna take me hours and hours and hours to edit this video to add them all in. Alright, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about all of those new cards that were gonna be added, the possibility of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX being added. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today. Have a great day, and see you guys!